Hi dears, in this video we're gonna explore brushes. We're gonna take this image here and turn it into this splatter paint effect using brushes in Photoshop. Let's get in there and learn how to do that in Photoshop. But before we begin, if you don't have the Adobe Photoshop installed in your machine, I place the link in the description below where you can download the last version of Adobe Photoshop for free. And if you have any problem installing the software, just leave me a comment and I will reply to help you. So let's get started. So to begin, we open the image we are going to do the edits on. So the first thing, we create a new layer, a new empty layer of course, we call it orange, and we go to the brush tool, select the brush tool, and in this arrow here we click in this arrow and we go to the special effects brushes, and we select this first one, Kylie Splatter brushes, Splatter Bats, and we choose the color, we take the pipette, and we take the orange color from the shoes, and we make the size of the brush a little small, and we go to this part here, and like you can see, we became creating our paint effect using this very special brush. We use the orange first with a very small brush, and now we make the brush more bigger, like you can notice here, and we continue making this splatter paint effect using a bigger brush of course. Now it's fine for the first stage. Continue in this part here from the image using the brush with the orange color. That's fine, with a bigger size of course. We go now to the text tool. We will insert a text and we will write, for example, ear with the Remachine script personal fonts. Using these fonts, I make the fonts more bigger. I make the text with a big size, like you can notice here, and using the move tool, I moved the text, and I think I will place it here. Here it's fine, I think. So now what we are going to do is we create a new layer, empty of course, we will call it white, and we change the color of the foreground to the white color, and using the same brush tool with the same very special brush we used already, we change the size, we make it first very small, and we will do the same thing we do earlier, but this time in another new layer, and with this time with the white color, like you can notice here. We are using now the white color. We create this rounded full paint effect here, and we make the brush more bigger another time, like we did with the orange color. We try to do with the white color of course, a little bigger the brush tool. That's good, I think. Very nice effect we are getting now. So I undo because I think I get a little very further in the shows, so make my effect now, I will create a new layer, and this one I will call it white out of focus. So in this layer I will use the same brush with a very big size, and like you can notice here, the effects I am doing now with the same brush with the white color. But so I go to filter, I will convert the layer to a smart filter first, and I come back to filter, I will choose the blur filter and the Gaussian blur, and like you can see here, I will make the effect of this layer to make it disappear a little using the Gaussian blur to not disturb my image. I think that's fine. I click OK, and like you can see, the Gaussian blur is added like a filter, a smart filter. I can make it on and off at any time I want. That's fine. So with the same technique, I will do the same thing with the orange color. So I click on the orange layer and I create a new layer just on the top of the orange layer. I will call it orange out of focus, and exactly with the same technique, I choose the foreground color. I will change it to the orange color this time, and using the brush tool with a very big size, I will create this very huge effect, brush effect with the orange color this time. And like I did earlier, I will make it on the top of the text. To make it appear at the top of the text, I convert the layer first to a smart filter. So I come back to filter, I choose blur, Gaussian blur, and like I did earlier with the white color, I do the same thing now. So I can change the level of the Gaussian blur depending on your image you are working on. I click OK, that's very fine now. Using the move tool, I can move the layers, the layer of the Gaussian blur with the orange color. I will move it, I think, to this part here to not disturb the show's image. And with the white out of focus, same thing, I move it a little here. That's fine. I think I will move also the orange to make it appear at the top of the text. That's very good now. So the last thing I'm going to do now is creating a new layer. I will call it scratch layer. That's fine. I make all the layers disappear and off to see the original image. I create a new layer as the top of the original image. I will call it scratch, and this time I will use another brush tool from here, from of course the special effects brushes. I'm going to choose this brush here called Kylie's Concept Brushes Scratch Blend. This brush here, I will choose this brush here. I will change the size of the brush to 300, something like 300 will be very enough and very good. And like you can notice here, 300 for the size, and don't forget to check the sample all layers option. And when I use it on this layer, using of course the option sample all layers, it gives us a very nice effect, like you will notice in just seconds. This is the effect this brush gives us. It makes something like scratching the background and the colors of the image. Of course, we are applying this brush on the layer, the scratch layer, and not directly on the image, and using the option sample all layers. That's fine now. When I make my all layers come back to appears, I get this very nice splatter pen effect, like you can notice here. It is very easy, very quick to do. Alright guys, I wish you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to get the tutorials coming up, and if you have any issues installing the software or applying today's lesson, just leave me a comment and I will reply to help you. Thanks for watching and see you in the next tutorials.